What's going on, everybody? It's Alan Thomas, aka Shad Assassins, and today I'm ruining some more box art. Actually, I'm recording this because I didn't realize that I forgot to actually go over this painting with everyone. At least my thoughts behind it. It's a picture that I drew, another box art cover that I ruined. And I joke when I say ruined it, but this was funny for me. I was looking at a bunch of old classic WWF wrestling games for the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis, and I thought, why not draw an old video game cover with like early to mid 90s pro wrestlers on it. So here we have the Street Fighter II cover. I believe this is the Super Nintendo version of the original Street Fighter II cover with wrestlers from the new generation. And I picked one of the worst eras, I should say, in recent memory of pro wrestling, at least in the last like 20 years or so, to use to do this drawing. But well, it's my favorites. I have Bret Hart, I have Shawn Michaels, and I have The Undertaker. I almost stuck Razor Ramon in here, but keeping true to the original cover, there's only 3 people. I believe it's Ryu that's just laid on the ground for some reason that I don't understand. There's Chung-Li and there's Blanca. So I wanted to stay with the theme of 3 people in the actual cover. The hardest part of this was I was drawing completely, like the perspective of this is horribly off, which it's kind of off on the actual Street Fighter II cover as well, but this is absolutely ridiculous. I intended to make the perspective off to a point, but I think I really, like, there's no logic to how these people are in this picture at all. I don't understand why I made the ring this big. I don't know why the ring is this big. I don't know necessarily what the Undertaker is, like what surface he's really on. It's almost like the ring is sideways. It's almost like they're on a diagonal ring, and it looks like Bret is sliding down the ring while simultaneously getting elbow dropped from where, I don't know where Shawn Michaels is coming from, but he's crashing down on Bret Hart. This dawned on me, it's very interesting that I'm drawing Shawn Michaels beating up Bret Hart, but in any event. One part that I really liked about this drawing is the neon light, the old WWF entrance. I loved that back in the early and mid 1990s. I thought that was pretty cool. That with the big square movie or video screen. I guess it wasn't called a Titantron back then. But I didn't want to stick all that in the picture. I don't even know how I would really do that to get it incorporated into the drawing. But I did the neon light sign. Now, I'm not sure if this will show up by the time you see the end of this painting, but with the text that I put of the WrestleMania logo, because I called it Super WrestleMania Turbo for a reason, but the WrestleMania logo actually blocks the neon logo. So I put a lot of detail into something that you don't even see in the picture, which isn't that frustrating. I'm kind of used to it making my comics at this point, because that's one of the difficult parts of the comic is you put a lot of detail in certain parts of the picture, and then there's a speech bubble or some text that ends up covering it. So I'm pretty used to things like this happening. But as far as that text is concerned, the reason why I even chose to use Super WrestleMania Turbo, I should say, just slurring my words all over the place. The reason why I chose Super WrestleMania Turbo is because I guess in my mind, this is a sequel to the original Super WrestleMania game. Don't know why. And Turbo just because it's Street Fighter. So, yeah, very goofy, very ridiculous painting, but whatever. I like it. So, and now that I think about it out loud, it probably would have made more sense for me to have this be Super WrestleMania, the arcade game, considering that was a WWF fighting game that came out in the mid-90s. Boy, really, yeah, I screwed that up. But in any event, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just this goofy painting of some of my favorite wrestlers from the 90s, ripping off the classic Street Fighter II cover. And that's about all. I'm actually going to try and ruin some more box art coming up soon, but there's some other paintings that I want to get done and get put up on this channel, and there's also some other things that's comic related that I need to get done this week, so we'll see what happens. But like always, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the alarm bell right beside to make sure that you get all of my updates anytime that I upload something to YouTube. And make sure you check out my website to look at my art prints and any other art related things that I may have that's out there on social media. And I hope you all have a good one. I'm out.